नमः। नमस्ते पद्मनाभाय नमो हृत्पद्मवासिने। नमस्ते पद्मनाभाय नमो हृत्पद्मवासिने। पद्मासनस्थदेवाय पद्मासनस्थदेवाय शिवानन्दाय ते नमः। शिवानन्दाय ते नमः।
God in the Guru. Therefore, a disciple keeps on praying to the God for a Guru. Therefore, the God gives a Guru, and the Guru gives a God. Due to your prayers for a Guru, you have walked to a Guru's place. That's all about it. He is not responsible. Your prayers to him have been answered in some form. But this kind of self-dismissal, as in not even an agent, he is nimitta matra, is just not even an instrument. It is just happening. It is happening. Somebody has come to somebody is teaching him something, God is taking him there.
It is depending upon the sincerity.
Yes, prayer. It is his disciple's own prayer for a Guru that has brought him to you.
గురుజీ ఈశ్వర తత్వంతో ఏకత్వాన్ని పొందినప్పుడు ఈ సర్వజ్ఞత్వం సర్వవ్యాపకత్వం అను రెండు కూడా అనుభూతిలోకి వస్తాయి కదా గురుజీ.
In fact, people don't agree that there are different states in moksha. But as long as an ego exists, there are different states to the ego, even of a redeemed soul. That is exactly where the rishis are to be described in that context. Vishwamitra, Vasishtha, Jamadagni, Parashurama, all of them are souls without bondage, free souls. They can move around in all the 14 worlds of the Brahmanda. But they have their own mental nature, dispositions. One is an angry man, one is a sattvic. But that has not affected their jnana. Their attitudes, their thinking, their actions, their anger, their love has not affected their jnana. That is why their actions, their curses to somebody also has helped that soul.
In this context, అంటే దాని తర్వాత ఇంకా బియాండ్ స్టేజ్ ఉందా గురించి? ఇప్పుడు 14 లోకాల్లో ఫ్రీడమ్ గెయిన్, their own prakriti is not binding.
They are in a brahmajnana sthiti, that is known as a sahaja samadhi.
They are already in sahaja samadhi.
They are in sahaja samadhi because they realized, they know they are Brahman. They look upon the gods as part of the truth. They don't worship anything, they don't expect anything, they don't give anything.
In Durvasa touching the feet of Ambarish and that story.
That is ahankara anywhere remaining even in a brahmajnani has to be washed. That's the message.
But how can ahankara remain in a brahmajnani?
Ahankara is his nature, it's the nature of his mind and body. Mind has a nature, the soul has no nature.
The person becomes a brahmavit.
He is a brahmavit, that's all about it. And then that is why ultimately in the story they said it was a test of this man. It is Ambarisha. Then it is also stated there in the Vishnu Puranam also. The whole thing is the Sankalpa of Mahavishnu. Let not the Brahmajnani have any nature in him. It is good for the world if he has no nature. But why should Ambarisha be tested by him at all? Why should he be tested? And why should he be expecting any worshipful attitude from Ambarisha, which is already there, but he is still testing his worshipful attitude. So the clash between a dharma, Ekadashi dharma and obedience, all this has happened. No doubt, the story is meant to tell you that the bhakta is greater than a brahmajnani. It is to prove that bhakti is the great, superior to even brahmajnana. It's all about it. Take
Because
it.
the topic was Purana there.
Purana there. It's Puranic stories.
Guruji, in this context I was wondering. You said Vishwamitra, Jamadagni and Parashurama. Has it not given wrong picture to those jivas who have taken birth after them? Like they are rooted in Brahmajnana, but yet Upadhi function like this, disposition is like this.
Yes,
has it not given wrong picture to the universe?
It's our own misconception. They are not affected. We have to understand them this way, that their attitudes, their likes, dislikes, attitudes, being angered easily, that has not affected their jnana. So, body-mind complex, whatever attitudes and nature it may have developed, it does not affect the soul. Soul either is in the bondage or in a state of release. The mental attitude has not affected, yes. That Brahmajnana is not, like we say there is a cloud. It is obstructing the view of the moon. Is moon having the cloud on it? The cloud is before your eyes. Cloud is closer to you. I mean, to block the vision of even sun, 2 square inches is enough for me.
As regards the matter conditioning concerned, the expression is conditioned like Vishwamitra, but they talk about the Brahmajnana also in 3 ways as Brahmavit, Brahmavit Varishta.
Huh.
How to answer?
In fact, the stages of development, ultimately, a man has released himself from the bondage. He doesn't love, expect anything. That is the first stage. Yes. So, Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrunan Noti Bhisyata Sadhana is like this. There are several places where Brahmavid Varishtaha, that is stage of Vasishta, he doesn't see the world as existing. That Brahmavid sees the world as existing and interacts with it appropriately as expected by the world. He is not neutral to the world like Vasishta. Vishwamitra interacts with the world as the world expects him to, and also helps in the mechanics of the creation.
That means the Vishwamitra can go to Vasishta stage, Vasishta can come down to Vishwamitra stage.
Vasishta refuses to come down to his stage. They are having different attitudes to the world. So he is Brahmavid Varishta. So far, with reference to his attitude towards the world, that definition holds good. Not
my
that's
question is that
huh.
if you draw the world and the whole thing, as the result of the experience is concerned by itself,
Yes.
it is one.
It is one.
How is it
So far as the Brahmatvam is concerned, is one.
Guruji,
This attitude, these differences, 3 stages are defined with reference to the world.
Guruji, ఇప్పుడు కృష్ణ పరమాత్మ అకౌంట్ కృష్ణ ఆర్డర్డ్ మైత్రేయ ఋషి టు టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎవల్యూషన్ ఉంది వైర్ ఈస్ డిపార్టింగ్ అంటారు కదా. మైత్రేయ ఋషి తర్వాత కొంత మాస్టర్స్ పనిచేస్తున్నారు కదా, వీళ్ళందరూ ఈ స్థాయికి వస్తారు గురుజీ. దే ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ ద మెకానిక్స్ ఆఫ్ ద యూనివర్స్.
Mechanics of the universe, they are agents of the God in the administration.
The administration they are taking care.
Yes.
That's what
So that is why even Narada said it is Devakaryam. What is Devakaryam? Not the God. Daivakaryam. That is Ishvara's Sankalpa. Somebody has to be, a Rakshasa has to be destroyed. So he goes and encourages him for quickest. Maximize your misbehavior. Cut short the story, long story, short. That is Devakaryam.
All these things are only for the people of the world, not for themselves.
No, they are not. Their attitude.
One only.
Yes.
So level of moksha, what you are talking about now, is from our standpoint.
Now their behavior, their interacting with the world is different. But so far as Brahmajnana is one and the same.
Guruji, okay ma'am, what is the total dissolution of ego as explained by scriptures and Bhagavatam, Sekotulu అంటాడు మాట. After Panchatanmatras, along with 3 Brahman, ముందులో వస్తున్నారు గురుజీ.
They are the sheaths surrounding, they are covering the soul. One sheath after sheath is dropping off.
అవును చెప్తారు గురువు అది సుకుమార్ చెప్తారు ఇది అని ఒక తన్మాత్ర వదిలేసిన తర్వాత పైన ఒక కేవలం అహంకారం మిగులుతుంది అది అయితోటే కంప్లీట్ డిజల్యూషన్ అంటే ఇంకా
దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐ కాల్ యోగ శాస్త్ర. అదే యోగ శాస్త్రం అంటే ఒకటి లేయర్స్ ఫాలింగ్ ఆఫ్ అండ్ దేర్ ఇస్ ఎ స్థూలం అండ్ సూక్ష్మం ఫర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. స్థూల సూక్ష్మ two స్థితిస్ ఆర్ దేర్. You are able to see an elephant in the dream. It is a subtle elephant that you have seen. So everything has a స్థూలం and సూక్ష్మం. వాడిని కూర్చోబెట్టావు అసలు వస్తున్నాను 5 minutes వస్తున్నాను. In other words, the సూక్ష్మం is indestructible, but it doesn't mean that it is absolute truth. It is subtlety of some gross matter. As long as there is a gross truth, the subtlety exists only to that limit of time till which it is Swalam is exist.
It's not vice versa, Guruji.
No, as long as there is Swalam, there is Sukshma.
Not that as long as Sukshma there is
No, it's not so, because this Sukshma is the Jivatma in us, for example. It is true, but why is it acquiring body, and why is it in bondage? Because the Swalam is it continues to exist for it.
For it, correct. Right.
Repeating.
Sthulam Sukshma, the Jivatma is Sukshma. It is in a state of bondage continuously. We seem to be thinking that since there is a Jivatma, there is a rebirth. Since there is a gross body, every time it is acquiring, there is a Sukshma Shariram inside. That's a better way of looking at it. Every time there is a future body for you again. That's why you are in bondage.
We think Sukshma.
Every thought has got a sthulam.
Sthulam.
Without sthulam, a thought cannot exist.
Yeah, there can't be a subtle thought. But the subtle form of a gross matter is called the thought. What is thought? How to define? Thought is the subtle form of a gross matter.
But which is near? Subtle is near to consciousness or gross is near to consciousness?
Everything is mind. Both are mind only.
If he asks like that, whether this is near or that is near, it means
It's nothing, it's a transformation of the same state. From state to state the mind is
Layers are
traveling.
possible only in mind.
Like ice and water or something.
Like ice and water, how do you perceive an object? It's a TV, it's a wall, it's a frame. The mind is taking the shape of that. Mind is like ether. It is assuming the shape of a table or an object. Then it is called perception. Mind, what is mind then? It is an ethereal atmosphere, like created by the energies, electrical impulses in the mind matter, the brain matter. Any subtle form created by the chemical reactions in the brain matter, we call it energy. Now we are coming again to the grosser definitions. That form is a projection of the functions of the brain matter. So function of the brain is mind. That's right. So what is this mind? It has an experience and a memory of some objects having been seen long ago.
Operation time and space, mind యొక్క imagination, sir.
No, time and space are the experiences of your body consciousness.
Body consciousness.
That is noted by the mind. That is recorded by the mind.
Recorded by the mind.
Mind is the observer. The observer sleeps, then you are asleep. Observer is looking at your body conscious experiences.
It is the mind which is recording time and space in relation to consciousness.
Yes, mind arises.
Suppose if
Mind
there
goes
is
to
no
sleep.
mind recording time and space,
Then when there is no mind,
but consciousness remains.
consciousness is there. That's the sleep state.
అంటే గురుజీ
Sleep state. Mind is taking rest.
గురుజీ అందుకే సటిల్ లెవెల్లో సటిల్ స్పేస్ అండ్ టైం సో సటిల్ స్పేస్ సటిల్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఫర్ జీవ
Jivan, yes.
And therefore subtle time
Suppose you read the Purana, the Purana tells you there is a Brahmaloka in the north, beyond Swargaloka and all that. What has happened to your mind has already started perceiving it.
అలాంటప్పుడు గురుజీ
So anybody can put any damn thought into the mind about Brahma, or just commit 2 murders for some money. Any nastiest to this most truthful about the universe, thought mind can perceive it, mind can experience it.
Very Guruji,
We call it imagination. What is imagination? The word imagination is a derivative of the word image. Image created by you and conceived by you is imagination. The image of what? Some thought given to you by somebody. The child is...
But it really exists or not, and relatively...
To the mind it exists. That is why somebody has come to me or some ego. I will, small example. There was a scholar. He is an Advaitin, Vedanti. He is a great scholar. He has been teaching Vedanta for 40 years, it seems. Ultimately, he thought, let me verify, I heard something about him. He came to me. I said, Pranam. I want to put a straight question to you. The reply should be only in one word. If you try to explain in the language of the Upanishads and the Vedanta, I myself can give you a lecture. I don't want all that. I will put a straight question to you. Is the world a reality or not? Immediately I said, to whom? Why? If you are bothered about whether it's a reality to me, you don't. Yes, they have heard it. Ante, to whom is the question? Is it to you, to me? If it is to you, how can I answer? If it is to me, whatever is reply is, how is it useful to you? I understood everything. Yes, no, he is a dancer in joy and all that. Now whole thing, yes, now perspective. The home.
గురుజీ ఎంక్వైరీ వేదాంతంలో కూడా ప్రపంచం ఉందా లేదా అని నిర్ధారణ చేయడం కాదు కదా ఎంక్వైరీ.
It has never talked about the reality or unreality of the universe. It's always talking about you.
అంతే. It is not talking about the world.
మాయ గురించి చెప్పినప్పుడు కూడా ఆయన ఎప్పుడు మాయ తెలుసుకోవాలండి, మాయాన్ని తరంతి అన్నాడు.
సరే దాన్ని తరించాలి, అసలు వెళ్ళాలి. లైక్ యూ డోంట్ స్విమ్ త్రూ యూ. కానీ ది యాటిట్యూడ్ ఈస్ వన్ డే ఆర్
యోగ వశిష్ఠులు గురుజీ. మరి ఇప్పుడు వశిష్ఠుడు అంటాడు రాముడితో, సరే నువ్వు ఈశ్వరోపాసన చేస్తున్నావు కదా, మరి ఈ సుషుప్తులను ఈశ్వరుడేడని అడుగుతాడు, మరి దానికి సమాధానం ఏంటి?
అవును, ఈశ్వరుడు కూడా మీ మైండ్ లో ఉండేటటువంటి ఒక వికారమే. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఈశ్వరుడు వికారం కాదు, మీ మైండ్ వికారం. ఈశ్వరుడు వికారం ఎందుకు అవుతాడు? మనసు వికారం. ఎందుకంటే ఒకరోజు కన్సీవ్ చేస్తుంది, ఒక నెక్స్ట్ డే మర్చిపోతున్నాం. You are thinking of the God for a minute and then forgetting.
Presence of Ishvara in our mind is vikara because it is changing.
Because it's changing. One day you thought of him, next day you are not thinking. Next minute you forget him.
Sir, you don't have to prove every moment that the Guru is something which you cannot catch.
No. It's not, the truth is evasive. Because it is being tried, we are attempting to grasp truth with an untrue mind. Our tool is imperfect.
Guruji, my last question. When and how does a disciple understand or realize his Guru?
All the time. He's,
what is realizing?
you know, as long as he is trying to analyze and synthesize his experiences, his understanding of the world on his own. If he thinks he is doing it, it is his imagination. If he thinks he is being driven by the presence of the Lord in hand, the Guru and the God are one and the same, it is agent is, then the ego is removed.
Whatever be thought or emotion or action
Anything.
or response or reaction,
That
this
is
the
it.
attitude.
There is a devotion. The next stage is surrender. What is surrender and devotion? I am devoted to God, but there is no surrender. I am an ajnani. As long as he is answering my prayers, I love him and think of him. But since 15 days he is not answering my prayer. And I tell everyone he is giving me Nelson's eye. He is not listening to my prayer. So my love and my understanding is my own, not what is God per se by himself. My God is changing every day. He is kind one day and unkind. So that is, if you think that your mental activity or your state of existence is directed and governed by the presence of Guru, then that is called surrender when it reaches perfection. Otherwise, my ego is working in my mind. I am doing, I am thinking, I am analyzing, I am understanding, I am not understanding sometimes. So that way, all functions of consciousness through mind, through perceptions, let them be dedicated, let them be traced to the presence of somebody. Then even your karma doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Doesn't, nothing touches.
Karma works through you, through your ego. There is a Guru Dasha and Rahu Dasha. Whose Dasha is it? First the Guru enters your mind, your Rahu enters your mind, it starts working. There is no ego is dismissed, where is Rahu? So for a yogi, the upadhi may undergo the old age and the sickness, but he is not experienced. So there is.
గురుజీ అందుకే మీరు అడిగారు, నేను హాస్పిటల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పారు నాకు. చెప్పి గురుజీ ఏమన్నారంటే నీది నీ కర్మ కాదు, ఎందుకంటే నువ్వు ఆల్రెడీ సరెండర్ టు ఈశ్వర కాబట్టి ఇది నీ కర్మ కాదన్న.
శరీరం పుట్టింది, శరీరం పుట్టినప్పుడు ది మదర్, ది ఫాదర్, ది బ్రదర్, సిస్టర్స్, యూ హ్యాడ్ అన్ ఈక్వేషన్ విత్ a dozen people. Their karma also works. That is why samishti karma. Samishti karma should be dismissed and one should, that is sannyas.
So by external ritual it doesn't get
That is the beginning. You are taking a diksha and then you try to realize the purpose of the diksha in that ashram. That's why I said on account of sannyas by renunciation, for the sake of renunciation.
Consciousness expressing through mind and senses. It should be rooted in a sense of belongingness, you said. Can we call it bhakti?
Bhakti is a love of somebody. There can be bhakti. In fact, even the man who is praying for wealth is a bhakta. Without bhakti, how is he able to pray? Bhakti is, in its purest form, a selfless love without any intention. That is absolute bhakti. But even Tyagaraja and all that, they went on crying, you are not looking at me, this and that. As long as that kind of crying, as long as that kind of crying was, he was not able to see him. When the last 5 days, he gave up. Giving up, that is Gajendra Moksham. As long as he was fighting with the crocodile, he didn't see. He gave up. Then he was there.
Draupadi కూడా అంతే గురు.
ఏదైనా అంతే.
చీర పట్టుకున్నంత కానీ వాడు రాలేదు. వదిలేసింది వచ్చా.
Surrender ante give up. But then what about you do your duty and they ask the God for results? All about material things, I say. Material, if you want to build a house, try to secure loan, then go for brick kiln, then cement wala, steel wala, mestri, this and that. Whether the house comes to you or not is God's grace in your karma. That's all about material things, not about jnana. What is it that you can do for moksha? If there is a process, there is an activity, a plan of action for moksha, then it's enjoined upon you to do this, do that. When there is nothing, no karma, nothing can yield jnana except His grace, which is your realization. You realize it. His grace is your realization. You realize that He is graceful to you. All the time I am thinking that God is grace, God is great, His grace is love, but I am not accepting it. I am still like Tyagaraja, Rama, what do you lose by if you talk to me?
What about the service which we are doing?
You see, you are tackling the people in various levels of evolution. At basic level, you must tell them, pray for a while. Think of the God for 10 minutes in the morning. That's the beginning. ABCDs.
For our sake. Suppose we are doing this service.
The service.
That service actually lead us to
Lead us.
selfless surrender.
Yes, certainly. It is, you are his instrument. Whatever these poor people are bound to get from the God, you are delivering.
So we become the instrument for
That's the instrument.
for redemption.
Redemption,
Redemption of death.
redemption of debt, or whatever his intention. Yes, it is
I
one way.
myself am poor to reach him.
Certainly, but I mean, the 4th class teacher, 6th class teacher, 10th class teacher is there. But you are doing your duty. But that's all about it. You are not in any way less eligible to reach the God than anybody else. Maybe this is your path. So there is one karta, there is one karma, there is one kriya, and then one result. That is only God, A to Z.
We conclude here, Guru.
Huh?
So,
SathGuru
shall we take it this way that whether they are benefiting or not, I am getting benefited or not.
Certainly, you are responsible to perform your duty. It's for them, what is meant to reach them will reach. What is not meant to reach them will not reach. In very ordinary sentences, they might see a great truth. In an elaborate picture, they might not have understood anything. It is for them.
But that doesn't mean that I should think that I am giving knowledge to them.
Yeah, I mean, as an instrument, certainly, whatever.
Even they don't think.
Well, then ask them.
Even they don't think we are talking.
But they don't think.
You know,
They say I know everything already.
Guruji.
If the individual is treated well, society is taking care of it. They think the society is the subject matter. Address the individual through the society. Why? Take care of the individual, society is taken care of.
So for me to function in the same way, in the same work, so
See?
should I not need a banner?
You don't need anything. You are a brahmachari, that's all about it. You do your work. Whatever you can give to the society, you give. And whatever you can give to yourself, you give. It is your, when you are alone with yourself. In fact, they become parallel. The internal evolution, the sadhana, it goes on. The preacher and the teacher and a friend to the society goes on working simultaneously. There is no clash. But the subject matter is one and the same. And in addressing somebody on the spiritual matters, you are addressing yourself also. Like I have been doing all the time. There is nothing, in spiritual life, the speaker is sitting in the audience also. That is, the subject is like that. It concerns himself first. It is not like physics or chemistry. One is addressing 30.
Not thinking.
Not thinking. It goes on. So anyway, no identity card is necessary. If it is there, it's there. The dedication to the institution, dedication to God, either way, both are. So far as Indian culture, its approach is concerned, it is the individual who matters. Society automatically, that is exactly why the individual has been addressed and tackled in some particular form, and every individual is independent in his path and spirituality, and yet there is a common undercurrent culture binding the entire population. One is Krishna Bhakta, one is Rama Bhakta, and Hanuman Bhakta. But what is it? And is it one? No. Religion is individual, culture is common. Religion is part of our culture, culture is not part of religion. In their case, culture is part of the religion in Islam. There is nothing spirituality about Islam. It's a religion, it's a binding, because somebody has said, do this, don't do this. So he is still governing the whole society, lifestyle. No one is governing our lifestyle. We are not governed by any lifestyle. But there is a common culture under that umbrella. All of us are independently working under one umbrella. That is it. Huh?
Huge unbroken
Huge unbroken umbrella. It is pervading all over. Like the sky, it is limitless. So That is why we don't have a preceptor in one individual with limitations. He is my preceptor, he is my guru, yes. But who is that guru? He is messenger of the God to me. He is the messenger of the God to me. He is my guru. He is not guru for somebody. Whereas Prophet Muhammad is prophet for all. He is binding, you can't say a word against him. So it's a very strange phenomenon. But in India, even during Krishna's time, was he accepted by one and all? Was he not opposed? And the devotees of Krishna were looked upon as madcaps. It happens even today. My guru is great to me, that's all about it. But at the same time, the ignorant man thinks the other's guru is lesser. It's not so. Everybody's guru is equally great. There is no lesser guru, because ultimately source is one. You get your message, what is appropriate for you today, from that guru, from God, through that guru. It's a very wide ranging, limitless possibility. The range is so wide, the canvas is so wide. It's an endless graph. The coordinates are anything to anything. So we are all travelers. There is a railway train, there is a first class traveler, there is a second class traveler. Is the first class traveler traveling faster? It's the same engine that takes, same engine, same difficulty, same delay, same late running for all.
While relating myself with the Guru, how much one should value the platform called as the organization? What is the role of it?
It is like you are a male, you are an Indian, you are like that. It's nothing, it's a very negligible identity. Certain regulations are there, they have to be honored. They are followed. Only to that extent organization is not everything. It has certain limited do's and don'ts. We follow that, we respect it.
Even beyond the frontiers of organization, I can relate myself.
You are the independent. As an individual, you are limitless. There is no limit. Sky is the limit.
With regards to the Guru?
The Guru is a one-to-one. Even Guru is not an organization. Organization is some of his activities, one of his activities. What is an organization? A group of individuals following a set of rules. It is not a living individual. It's a created entity. So we respect it, we maintain it. That is called the discipline, external discipline. Internal discipline is not